some familiar faces. Thank you for coming back. Welcome to the Evolution Asian American Arts Festival produced by AAAC, Asian American Arts Chicago. Special thanks to our host, Looking Glass Theater. I'm Lily Lorgan, and I am so excited to be here. Are you enjoying the festival so far? I know we got Lauren, who got to enjoy the festival a little bit. Thanks for coming back. All right. We've got over 90 performers and almost 30 vendors to welcome AAPI Heritage Month with Arts and Culture. AAAC is a 501c3 not-for-profit organization, and every donation you make to us supports Asian American creativity and excellence. To donate, scan the QR codes around the building or cash into the donation box after the show. Every amount makes a difference. Speaking of donations, we've got merch. Please consider getting some merch. Every item is unique, from hats, scarves, t-shirts, from $20 to $30. Thank you for your support. To learn more about the performers, vendors, and artists, you can go to our website, aac.art. And now, to introduce another theater solo show, we've got Huy Nguyen. Huy Nguyen is a versatile actor, writer, and director. A proud member of SAG-AFTRA, Huy is dedicated to the belief that art should remain accessible to anyone with an open heart and a free mind. Huy performs Three Horsemen. Join me in welcoming Huy.
I'm a boy. Vietnam, 1930, the year of the horse. I am born. I am a boy. Vietnam, 1954, the year of the horse. I am born. I am a boy. The United States of America! 1978, the year of the horse. I am born. I am a boy. Vietnam, 1930, the year of the horse. I am born. I grew up in a small fishing village where I enjoy eating fruit, making drawings, and teasing girls. I like riding my bicycle a lot. I am the fastest rider in the entire village, maybe in the entire world. I feel so free when I'm riding my bike. It's the only place that can feed my adventurous heart. And because I am the fastest rider in the world, this is the view most people get from behind. I'm riding next to a tour bus from Huy. Well, I can tell it's from Huy because I can hear conversations coming from inside. All the windows are half open. It's a hot day. I can tell it's from Huy because everyone speaks a little funny, like how people from Huy speak. It's like if you speak in cursive. The tiny bus is old and dirty and packed to the gills with families and luggage. I glance inside and I see the most beautiful girl I have ever seen. Maybe the most beautiful girl in the entire world. The bus starts to accelerate. I do too. The bus is fast. I am faster. Put, put goes the bus. Pump, pump go my legs. The bus stops. Finally, I toss my bicycle to the ground and I run up to the girl from Huy. I asked her to have coffee with me. I asked her to move to Binh Thuy to be with me. I asked her to marry me. She says yes. Woo! I go to school and I want to become an architect. I want to draw for a living. I study, I draw, I study, I draw. I graduate. I draw and I build many buildings, including a house for us. Me and the prettiest girl in the entire world. A big house, the best in the village. Well, there is a study here where I make drawings in a big window where I can admire the town that I helped build. There are fruit trees all around. Mangoes, pears, water apples. Yum. We have many children, including a boy. I am a boy, Vietnam, 1954, the year of the horse. I am born. I grew up in a small fishing village where I enjoy swimming, making my friends laugh, and reading in the small library that my father built for me. I can learn so much about life just from books. I love books. I love going to school. It's the only place that can feed my inquisitive brain. I'm walking to school and I hear screaming. There is a child in the river. I run and I jump in and I swim hard. And in that moment, I swim faster than anyone in the entire world. The water is cold, the water is violent, I can hardly see. My hands search and they grab and they hold on. They hold on hard. I pull the child to the shore. The boy is small and he is cold and he is shivering. I look around and I see his sister crying, tears streaming down her face, thanking me for helping her brother. The sister is the most beautiful girl I've ever seen. The most beautiful girl in the entire world. I asked to walk her and her brother to their home. She says yes. I asked her if I can read poetry to her underneath a shade tree. She says yes. I asked her to marry me. She says, well, you know. We live with my family because we are saving money to go to school. There's so much more to learn. World history, philosophy, poetry, economics, literature. Wow. Our government tells us that we can no longer go to school. We can no longer fill our hearts and our brains. We tell our government we can no longer live in Vietnam. We sell our belongings and give the money to a fisherman we know. He tells us not to speak, not to make any noise, just follow. It's the middle of the night, and the fisherman takes us to his little boat, out into the ocean. The rickety little boat is old, dirty, and packed to the gills with families and luggage. Put, put goes the boat. Pump, pump goes my heart. We wait 3 days. It is hot during the day and cold at night. My wife and I are both seasick. Everyone is scared. Everyone is hungry. We might die. Better to die once in a small, rickety old boat in the middle of the ocean than to die every day in the place we are escaping. I see a ship in the distance. It picks us up. Finally. It takes us to Korea, where we live in a refugee camp for 18 months. That's a year and a half. So much kimchi. Yum. Too much kimchi. A group of kind people sponsors us so that we can move to the United States of America, a place called Washington State. Such a strange name. We both go to school where there is a library. Therein are many books, my favorite. We have many children, including a boy. I am a boy. The United States of America! 1978, the year of the horse. I am born. I grew up in a beautiful place with many trees, mountains, fresh air, and kind people. Fishing is big here. I enjoy reading books, drawing, and riding my bicycle. I especially like playing soccer. On 2 wheels and on 2 feet, I am fast. I am faster than anyone in my entire school, anyone in my entire city, but probably not faster than anyone in the entire world. My mother reads poetry to me and my siblings underneath a shade tree. I have 1 sister and 3 brothers. 1 sister dies. 1 brother dies. Bang, bang go the guns. Put, put goes my heart. I have 2 brothers. I grew up in a city near Seattle, Washington. What a beautiful place. I go to school here. I drink milk. Does the body good. I grow tall. Taller than anyone in the history of my entire family. Until my little brothers come along. Why didn't they just stay little? I go to more school, the University of Washington. I drink coffee. I live. I moved to Chicago. I go to even more school, more adventure. I love going to school. It is the only place that can fill my adventurous heart. I drink old style beer. I live more. This place that I now call home is wondrous. There are deep dishes, rickety electric trains that go click-clack on the tracks, and many kind people. There's also something called Malort. Chicago is sometimes very hot. Sometimes it is very cold, but it is always magnificent. Miles of buildings here. Short ones, tall ones, old ones, new ones. I like them, but I know someone who would love them. There are many libraries here, many books. Thick ones, thin ones, old ones, new ones. I like them, but I know someone who would love them. I love to travel. I like flight attendants. I'm kidding. The world is beautiful. It is vast and intimate at the same time. I travel to many countries. France, Spain, Peru, Canada, and Vietnam. My favorite. This is the home of the 3 horsemen. All right, what does being born in the year of the horse mean? All right, let's backtrack for a minute. The Vietnamese Lunar New Year runs on a 12-year cycle. It's like the Chinese zodiac, that's just a little bit better. Because the Vietnamese zodiac has a cat, and who doesn't love cats? The other animals represented on the Vietnamese zodiac are the goat, the monkey, the rooster, the dog, the pig, the rat, the buffalo, the tiger, the dragon, and the snake. If you were born in 1966, 1978, 1990, 2002, 2014, or will be born, or have been born in 2026, or will be born, you, my friend, are a horse like me. Yeah. If you were born in 1969, 1981, 1993, 2005, then you, my friend, are a rooster, and you are not my friend. You see, horses and roosters are sworn enemies, so look out, I'll be watching you. I'll be watching you. Now, if you were born in 1962, 74, 86, 98, then you are a tiger. If you were born in 79, 91, or 2003, you are a goat. Tigers and horses and goats are perfectly compatible. So look out, I might marry you. Here's some other information I found on the internet about people born in the year of the horse. Horsemen. The lively horsemen always leave the impression on people that they are full of energy. What's more, they are decisive and seldom hesitate, which makes them gain a lot of opportunities. They have a strong sense of justice. The horsemen cannot tolerate sin, and they are glad to help the weak. They spend money lavishly on their friends and often pay bills for them. Do I have any friends in here? No? Okay. I tried. The horse symbolizes enthusiasm and energy. The animal gives people the impression of independence, integrity, Horsemen are untiring in their efforts to improve with passion and diligence. They are destined to be constantly on the move. Staying in one place is unbearable for horses, contributing to their restless, wandering nature. Horses value their independence, and their self-confidence gives them success in life. People born under the horse sign are usually soft-spoken, easygoing, and generous. Strengths of horsemen are that they are inspired, cheerful, talented, perceptive, intelligent, and popular, and handsome. Weaknesses of the horseman. People born in the year of the horse have no known weaknesses. Right? What year were you born?
2003.
2003. Let's see, what does that mean? That makes you a goat. We can be friends. However, your weaknesses: hesitating, impractical, and stubborn. Does that sound about right?
Yeah.
Okay. How about you, man?
84.
84. Let's see what we got for 84. You, my friend, are a rat. Weaknesses of rats: lack courage, petty, stubborn. Does that sound right? Yeah. Okay, Charlie, how about you, Charlie?
2004.
2004. Let's see, what do we got here? A monkey. My brother's a monkey. But your weaknesses? A braggart, opportunist, and impatient. Yeah? Yeah. Okay, back to me. Jobs and careers suitable for horsemen: adventurers, writers, architects, businessmen, performers, entrepreneurs, scientists, and artists. If you were born in 1969, all right, let's skip that part. Back to this one. My neighbors asked me to help make our village into a town. So I draw and build many buildings, including the school that would one day help educate my children. Oh, my children. They are the apples of my eyes, the rhythm of my beating heart. On special days, we go as a family to the zoo. There are 5 of us on our Vespa. I bought a pack of chewing gum from America, a special treat. My wife and I split one piece. Our 3 children carefully divide one piece into 3, letting the youngest pick first. In the evening at home, I set up a reel-to-reel projector for movies and music. We have one American film, The 3 Little Pigs. We play it on a sheet stretched across our living room. And one day, northern forces, our northern brothers, came into our village, our town. They took our house, our big house, the best in the village. They turned it into a government office. Our family room is now a reception area for the bureaucratic officials. Stuffy, self-important men now occupy a room formerly filled with laughter and love. Metal desks in the rooms my children grew up in are in the rooms my children grew up in, and the room I rested each day from the rigors of the world with my wife. Now, my son had an idea to leave Vietnam. A poem for my son. Drip, 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 drip. Drip, drip go the words into the pool of a man's mind. Each drip becomes a ripple in a man's mind. Each ripple becomes a wave. Make waves. Make waves. Make strong waves. My wife and I have our first child, a daughter. Her name is Huy Nguyen. She is the most beautiful girl in the entire world. This was in 1975, the same year as the fall of Saigon. The stress of our world was enough to cause my beautiful wife to go into labor, and Jam-an came to us a month before she was expected. She is whisked away from my wife's arms mere moments after she was born. She had to be protected in an incubator from the world as her body continued to develop strength to endure. The turmoil happening around us caused the infrastructure of the city to crumble. Intermittent brownouts meant that Jam-an's incubator could not do its job. Nguyen Jam-an lived her entire life in 2 weeks. Bang, bang go the guns. Pump, pump stops my heart. In our grief, my wife and I started a conversation with our families about leaving Vietnam. It is a difficult choice to leave everything we have ever known. However, the lack of opportunities to continue our educations and difficulties we have to endure, even to start a family, mean that it is the only path we see for ourselves. It took us over 2 years and include 2 failed attempts. And then we arrived for the first time in America and land at SeaTac International Airport. We had never been in an airplane before, so the 14 or 15-hour flight is scary. During our flight, I looked out the window and looked down at the ocean. Is there really that much water in the world? I suddenly realized we are traveling several hundred kilometers an hour away from home. That's so fast, faster than anything in the entire world. Will we ever see our home again? I look over to my wife, now 3 months pregnant with our second child, and I think she is thinking the same thing. We don't say anything. We just smile pensively and clutch each other's hands tightly. We aren't the only ones on the plane who are excitedly anxious either. The plane is packed to the gills with families that look like us. People who speak our stories, people who laugh at the same things we laugh at, people who had also given up everything to seek the safety and freedom of the unknown. They too are scared. I wonder if we will see any of them ever again. We have our suitcase and a smattering of items we received from the aid organizations in Korea: a hairbrush, a shaving kit, of blankets and towels. 6 months after arriving in America, our second child is born, a boy. I call back to family in Vietnam and speak to my father to tell him the good news. He tells me that the entire country is celebrating. Today is May 19th, the same day that Ho Chi Minh was born. The entire country is celebrating. I don't know what to feel about that. I'm walking to school one day, the University of Washington, and I see a sign posted on the bulletin board. It says, "Free puppies." I know the word free. I like the word free. It means that we don't have to pay for it, which in my family's current situation is very helpful. I don't know the word puppy. So I run home and look it up in our Vietnamese English dictionary, the one we got from the kind people at Grace Lutheran Church, the group that brought us to America. I got a job, my first job in America. It was at a cemetery connected to Grace Lutheran. I helped the gardener, Mr. Cordona, keep the land of the dead and the living beautiful. I was grateful to help mow the lawns and pick up leaves and drink in the entire sun on my face. I decided to make an out-of-the-way area on the grounds my own and planted a small flower garden. Mr. Cordona saw it one day and he said that I can make the entire cemetery my garden. I did. A poem for my son. The strength of a tree is anchored in its roots. A strong tree, a tall trunk, luscious leaves, sweet, juicy fruit. Earth, water, light, and the seed. The seed takes root. It becomes the strongest anchor the world has ever seen. The trunk reaches up above oppression. Their branches reach out across an ocean. Leaves and flowers and fruit emerge in a strange new land, falling to the earth and taking root. September 2001, America. It is a scary time. For a few months, the world seemed to stand still. The images on the television screen flashed back and forth between images of New York City and images of tanks and helicopters in Vietnam that I saw in my US history books. I think about the people on the other side of the world, the people who endure turmoil like this all too often. And I think deeply about where I am from. I decided to buy a ticket to Vietnam. I spent weeks and weeks planning the trip, reading books, speaking to travel agents on the phone, and writing out an itinerary, with pen and notebook. This was all because, this was in the ancient times before there were smartphones and the internet, really. I packed all of my belongings to a giant backpack. I board a plane that heads in the opposite direction of the one that my parents traveled. There is an overnight layover in Korea. I wonder how far the place of my conception is. My parents were here in the refugee camp shortly before I was born. You know what? Let's not think about that. From Korea, I fly into Ho Chi Minh City. The plane lands and everyone stands up in the aisle. Though I sat near the back of the plane, I can see clear to the front. Everyone else has black hair, like mine. I traveled to Binh Thuy, the city that my parents are from. I see the river that my uncle nearly drowned in. I see the school where my father spent countless hours. I see the house my father grew up in. I see his room, the wooden tub where he used to take baths with his younger brother. I browse the shelves of the library where he probably read hundreds of books. Outside, in the courtyard, there are fruit trees. I pick a plum from a tree that was planted before I was born. And I bite into its tougher than I thought skin. It's delicious. Like, holy shit, that grew out of a tree? Wow. The juices stream down past my lips and down to the earth. I watch the juices seep slowly into the dirt and deep into the ground. Earth. The earth beneath my feet, the ground I stand on. It is different from the earth that any of my ancestors ever stood on. Terra firma, firma terra, solid earth, the ground beneath my feet. The ground that no one else in my entire family, lineage, ancestry has ever stood on. My feet, my feet. Walking a path laid by my father's wildest imagination. My feet are big, they are long, they are bony, they are stinky. They look the same as my father's feet. They look the same as my grandfather's feet. Terra firma, firma terra, solid earth. The earth is solid because of the path you walked. Ở Việt Nam, tôi tên là Nguyen Quốc Huy. In Vietnam, my name is Nguyen Quốc Huy. In America, my name is Huy Nguyen. We win. I enjoy riding bikes, reading books, drinking the sun into my face, and traveling. It was because of the decisions made before I was born that is possible. I am a child of this moment. I am a child of this moment. And I am a child of this moment. And this one, 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 and this one. This is the story of the freedom of the three horsemen. Thank you. We did it. Great.
Now you gotta go back to tech.
What's that? Yeah, I have to pack and go to tech, yeah.
Yeah, what are the horsemen?
I don't read this.
Selfie.
What's that? Of course, yeah.
No weaknesses.
Oh,